Hi, my name is Sophie Sun, and I will be presenting on the 2013 Riot game security attack. In 2013, the popular online battle arena game League of Legends, created by Riot Games, suffered a security attack. More than 12 million players across Europe and North America played the game daily, and Riot was looking to expand to Asian servers. A 21-year-old hacker, Elias Jason from Queensland, Australia, pulled off two hacks that were far larger than anyone had previously imagined. League of Legends continued to grow in popularity, becoming the most popular game in South Korea, which is shown in the diagram here. This security attack became one of the biggest cyber attacks in gaming history, and it showed how easy it was to hack into accounts and gain personal information from users. It's important to study these cases because video games have become such an important part of people's lives, especially after quarantine. Despite this attack happening in 2013, it paved the way of security within current video games in order to ensure the safety and privacy of users and their credit card information. Jason, who was later found out to be Shane Duffy, was an Australian 21-year-old hacker involved with the brute force hacking of League of Legends accounts throughout the world. While it's unclear whether he was the one who performed the security attack on Riot Games, Jason said his group had access to millions of League accounts. During his trial, his defense argued that Duffy was a recluse who had a limited education. According to his mother, he was homeschooled since fourth grade because the education system didn't want him, due to his Asperger condition. He allegedly worked with a group of hackers who are still unknown but are supposedly responsible for other hacks like the ones on Neopets and the Chris Network forums. According to Jason, he did this mostly for fame. There were no political reasonings for this attack. Instead, Jason wanted to show off his skills by targeting a large gaming company as well as gain money off of it, since League accounts were worth a lot in the gaming community and on other markets. Jason used information from a security breach to fire the first of many attacks against Riot. His first reveal was during a streaming session on Twitch, where popular streamer James Varga, also known as Phantom Lord, was suddenly kicked out of his account and unable to log back in. His account information had been transferred to servers in Brazil. Varga hadn't handed his information over to anyone. Instead, his account had been in the original batch of accounts information stolen by Jason in 2012. Over the next few days, other high-profile players saw their accounts transferred over to Brazil. Then, an account with the name Devil, which had not been used in more than 4 years, began to post to a popular chat room in League and threatened to reveal personal details from other users' accounts on forums. Each of these messages were signed Jason. The hacker had also obtained admin rights on these forums where he had edited a user post to create confusion. Hundreds of users began to post about compromised accounts. Some of their accounts had credit card information saved, creating a growing sense of unease among users, many of whom accused Riot of not taking the situation seriously. Before diving into the attack vector, here are some brief introductions to the types of attacks Jason used. A brute force attack is a hacking method that uses trial and error to crack passwords, login credentials, and encryption keys. It's a simple tactic for gaining unauthorized access to individual accounts and organization systems and networks. The hacker tries multiple usernames and passwords, often using a computer to test a wide range of combinations until they find the correct login information. A backdoor is any method that allows somebody to remotely access your device without your permission or knowledge. Hackers can install a backdoor onto your device by using malware or by exploiting your software vulnerabilities, or even by directly installing a backdoor in your device's hardware or firmware. Riot staff stated that Jason had been the subject of an ongoing investigation. He had been brute forcing accounts at extremely high speeds. Jason systematically checked all possible keys or passwords until the correct one was found, according to Riot. However, this staff had also had their accounts hacked by Jason, creating an even larger issue. Jason was able to gain access to over 24.5 million accounts after obtaining password information through brute force attack on a senior member working at Riot. Even though Riot Games had noticed a breach and told staff to change their passwords, one employee didn't, and Jason was able to drop in backdoor software that provided ongoing access to Riot servers. He even managed to hack into Riot President Mark Morell's Twitter account and leaked internal information on an unreleased game he found during his hack. Jason was able to gain access to more than 120,000 transaction records, which included encrypted credit card and debit card, hash and salted. He's making $1,000 per day from selling character skills from accounts for anywhere between $200 and $800. He also leaked League of Legends Supremacy, a project that Riot had stopped working on, through Riot Games employees' account, leaving Riot trying their best to explain the game as just an experiment that wasn't likely to be released. Jason also created a service called lolip.op.com, where players could pay to have other players knocked out of League games. He was also able to make more than 190 separate transactions worth a total of $32,000. The stolen details could be used to buy target gamer's IP address, launch distributed denial of service or DDoS attacks, or cheat in the game. Usernames, email addresses, salted passwords, and some first and last names were accessed. While password files were unreadable, players with easily guessable passwords were vulnerable to account theft. According to Jason, the large number of accounts was part of the reason why he waited nearly 2 years before using the information. A database of a few thousand people's personal information is worth a significant amount on the black market, but one with tens of millions could be worth millions of dollars. So what about today? Today, Riot Games has pushed for users to keep track of the security of their accounts. In their official website, Riot states that keeping data safe is their #1 priority. They emphasize that a user's accounts is their most prized possession and have their champions explain how the players can keep their accounts secure. They also state that they try to be as transparent as possible when it comes to security efforts so that users can stay informed and take action when needed. The steps that Riot recommends users take relate to this attack on League of Legends. Choose a password, use a password manager, protect your email account, log off in shared spaces, don't share your Riot account, and beware of phishing attempts. Jason had previously sold multiple accounts to earn money, which Riot had mentioned in their rules of not selling accounts or buying RP from a non-identified website. They have also addressed challenges that they have faced, including the security breach in 2013, and Riot has come up with improvement points when engaging with the rest of the Riot team. Stop using security jargon, don't roll out on platform-wide password changes, provide them with advice and guidelines, offer solutions instead of just listing problems, and build relationships. Riot decided to use Amazon Web Services, AWS, which provides a secure and resizable computing capacity in the cloud to make web-scale cloud computing easier for developers. Using the tagging features in AWS, Riot came up with a solution that would provide clear ownership of infrastructure and products within AWS. With AWS, Riot created a tool called Cloud Inquisitor that is written in modular framework style using Python and Flask and an AngularJS front end with a MySQL backend. Automated emails notify AWS account owners, and after repeated notification over an agreed timeframe, the tool then shuts down and will eventually terminate any instance of a service in AWS that isn't tagged properly. Looking critically at the security stack, Riot also came up with some conclusions. Capabilities should reflect the threat, standardize logs, and bring your own device since work happens off network, and they need to be flexible so riders and employees can securely work from anywhere. Riot has also built their own fiber backbone called Riot Direct, which tries to keep DDoS attacks at a minimum. Riot Direct is a web of cables and routers specifically used for Riot's packets, including packets for critical game running processes. By having Riot Direct present around the globe in key locations, Riot can directly connect using private network interconnecting or via internet connect exchanges. Once traffic is inside Riot Direct, Riot uses cold potato routing, which means that they use the best possible path back to players by keeping traffic inside their backbone for as long as necessary. To put this into context for League of Legends, League servers are all located in the same place for each region. The network is designed to route traffic to the single location. The return traffic is based on the best path selection. Shane Duffy, also known as Jason, during this event in 2013, attacked Riot Games' most popular game, League of Legends, by brute forcing his way through multiple attacks, as well as brute forcing through a Riot employee's account and dropping a backdoor software that provided ongoing access into Riot servers. Jason was able to obtain over 24.5 million accounts and over 120,000 transaction records. While users were financially not always affected, since many of these transactions dated before 2011, their experience in the game decreased significantly. Jason was not only making $1,000 per day, but he was also providing services that allowed other users to DDoS players in their games. Riot Games, who was aware of the initial hack into their employees' account, told all employees as well as their users to change their passwords and make them more secure. However, one employee didn't, allowing Jason to continue to hack into the system. He was arrested shortly after he created his website, lolip.op.com. This overall event caused major panic within the gaming community and throughout the gaming company, emphasizing how important security is for both the user's experience and the safety of the company, which Riot Games has tried to implement in the recent releases, such as their popular FPS game, Valorant. Here are my research and diagram sources that I used in this PowerPoint. And my questions are, given how easily Duffy was able to install a backdoor in Riot system, what does this tell us about the importance of security of not only the users, but also employees? And how does Riot's steps for security improvement over the years reflect a response to this 2013 attack? In other words, what improvements have they made which makes their company more secure in comparison to 8 years ago? Thank you.